Many people believe that becoming a millionaire is simply a matter of earning more money. In reality, wealth is far less about how much you make and far more about how much you keep and how strategically you use it. The path to lasting wealth isn't a single leap forward. It's a series of small, disciplined actions, repeated consistently over years, each building upon the last. Just as compound interest quietly multiplies savings, the effect of sound financial habits compounds, turning modest beginnings into substantial fortunes. While flashy financial wins may make headlines, most millionaires are built in silence, not through luck or windfalls, but through the steady practice of saving a set percentage of their income, investing regularly, and steering clear of debt that erodes their future wealth. These habits are not just mechanical actions. They rewire the mind to prioritize long-term security over short-lived indulgence, creating a mindset where money works for you rather than the other way around. Today, I want to give you what I call the Wealth Mindset Blueprint, 5 practical ways to live below your means without feeling deprived. These are not quick tricks or gimmicks. They are proven strategies that, if practiced consistently, can quietly transform your finances and set you on the path to financial independence. Number 1. Pay yourself first. The moment you receive your paycheck, make it a rule to set aside a fixed percentage, ideally between 10% and 30%, for savings or investments before you touch a single cent for expenses. This simple shift creates a powerful psychological advantage. Instead of the common mindset of, I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month, which often means saving nothing at all, you adopt the habit of, I spend what's left after saving. By prioritizing your savings first, you automatically build your financial cushion and investment portfolio over time without relying on willpower or leftovers. It's a proactive approach that ensures you're always paying your future self before paying anyone else. And over months and years, this habit can transform your financial stability and wealth-building potential. The main benefit of this approach is that it guarantees consistent wealth building by making saving and investing non-negotiable. But the benefits don't stop at just saving money. Other benefits, such as it builds a system that keeps you disciplined automatically. You don't have to remember to save. It becomes part of your routine. It removes the temptation to overspend. Since your savings are gone before you start spending, you naturally adjust your lifestyle to fit the remaining amount. Accelerates wealth growth. Money set aside early can be invested, giving it time to grow through compound interest. Financial security. You build an emergency fund and investment portfolio faster, protecting you from unexpected expenses or income loss. Mindset shift. You start seeing yourself as someone who prioritizes long-term wealth over short-term indulgence, which changes how you make money decisions in every area of life. How paying yourself first can make you a millionaire. When James got his first steady job, he made himself a promise. Every month, no matter what, he would set aside $600 to invest in a stock index fund. Friends told him it wasn't much, but James knew something they didn't. Over the long term, these funds tend to grow at an average of about 8% a year. At first, the growth was slow. After a year, his account showed $7,776. Nice, but nothing life-changing. By year 5, however, the magic of compounding started to kick in, and his balance had climbed to $44,073. 10 years later, James crossed the $111,048 mark, and that's when he realized his money was now making more for him in a year than he used to save. By the 20-year mark, his portfolio had swelled to $342,365, almost the value of a house, built quietly from small, consistent contributions. And when James looked at his account after 30 years, the number stunned him, $1,463. What started as a simple habit, paying himself first, had quietly turned him into a millionaire without winning the lottery, inheriting money, or running a business empire. Just patience, discipline, and the unstoppable force of compound interest. Lesson: the moment you get paid, Set aside a fixed percentage, 10 to 30% for savings or investments before you spend on anything else. This flips your mindset from "I'll save what's left" to "I spend what's left after saving." Number 2, avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because your income increases doesn't mean your spending should follow suit. Many people fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. The moment they earn more, they immediately upgrade to a bigger house, a flashier car, or a more expensive wardrobe. While it feels rewarding in the short term, it often keeps them trapped in the same financial position, just with fancier bills. A smarter approach is to treat a raise or bonus as an opportunity to accelerate your wealth-building goals. Instead of rushing to splurge on luxuries, channel that extra income into investments that will generate long-term returns. Whether it's boosting your stock portfolio, buying real estate, or increasing contributions to your retirement account. By letting your assets grow before your lifestyle expands, you set yourself up for financial security and future freedom, making it possible to enjoy those upgrades later without the stress of debt or financial strain. Wealthy people understand a simple but powerful rule: never eat the seed, only the fruit. Instead of spending the money they initially invest, the capital, they let that money keep working for them, generating profits year after year. It's those profits, not the original investment, that fund their lifestyle. This approach ensures their wealth continues to grow while still giving them the freedom to enjoy life. By living off the returns rather than the principal, they preserve their financial engine, allowing it to keep producing income indefinitely. It's the difference between having money that works for you forever and money that disappears the moment you spend it. Here is another story of Daniel. When he got his first big promotion, he felt on top of the world. His salary jumped from $3,500 to $5,000 a month, and for the first time, he had real breathing room in his budget. At first, he told himself he'd save the extra money, but the excitement of his new status was hard to resist. Within a month, he traded in his perfectly reliable sedan for a shiny new SUV with a hefty monthly payment. A few weeks later, he moved into a bigger apartment in a trendier neighborhood. His wardrobe got an upgrade too: designer shirts, premium shoes, and watches that cost more than his old rent. 6 months later, Daniel realized something unsettling. Despite earning $1,500 more every month, he was no better off financially. His savings account barely grew, his credit card balances were creeping up, and the stress of keeping up with his new expenses was eating away at his excitement. The raise that should have been his ticket to financial security had quietly trapped him in a more expensive version of the same paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Instead of working for his future, Daniel was now working to maintain an image, and the true cost of that lifestyle inflation was his financial freedom. Lesson: just because your income goes up doesn't mean your spending should. If you get a raise, upgrade your investments, not your car or wardrobe, at least not right away. Number 3, focus on value, not labels. Train yourself to think like an investor, not a consumer. Millionaires understand that money should be spent with intention. Every purchase should either serve a purpose, solve a problem, or deliver long-term benefit. They aren't swayed by brand names or status symbols alone, because they know these things often drain wealth rather than build it. A millionaire might wear a simple $40 watch that's reliable and durable instead of a $4,000 luxury watch just to impress others. Why? Because they'd rather put that extra $3,960 into assets that grow over time, stocks, real estate, or a business. The focus is always on what something gives you in return, not how it makes you look in the moment. This mindset shift is powerful because it frees you from the trap of consumerism and status chasing. You stop making decisions to look rich and start making decisions that actually make you rich. In other words, value is about the function, durability, and long-term payoff. Labels are just about perception, and perception doesn't pay your bills or build your future. It is important to reemphasize that choosing quality over flashy brand names is one of the smartest financial habits you can develop. Many people are tempted by the prestige and instant gratification that comes with wearing or owning high-end designer labels, but these purchases often cost far more than they're truly worth, and sometimes they don't even last as long as well-made, reasonably priced alternatives. Quality items often offer better craftsmanship, materials, and functionality, which means they not only save you money in the long run, but also reduce the need for frequent replacements. By focusing on durability and value rather than status symbols, you stretch your money further, avoid waste, and still enjoy the satisfaction of owning items you can truly rely on. Sophie loved fashion and always dreamed of owning the latest designer trends. When she landed a well-paying job, she decided to treat herself to a pair of $200 designer sneakers she had been eyeing for months. The first few weeks, she felt amazing wearing them. Compliments rolled in, and she enjoyed the attention. But soon, the sneakers started showing signs of wear. The stitching loosened, the soles began to flatten, and before long, they looked far from the glossy ad that sold her on them. Around the same time, her friend Lisa, who earned less than Sophie, bought a pair of $60 high-quality leather shoes from a lesser-known brand. They weren't flashy, but they were well-made and versatile, working for both casual and semi-formal outfits. 2 years later, Lisa was still wearing the same shoes comfortably, while Sophie had already bought 2 more pairs of trendy sneakers to replace the designer ones. Looking back, Sophie realized she had spent over $500 in less than 2 years on footwear that didn't last, all because she chased a brand name instead of true quality. Lisa, on the other hand, spent far less, enjoyed longer-lasting comfort, and had money left over for savings and investments. That's when Sophie understood. Buying for quality isn't about spending less, it's about spending smart. Lesson: choose quality items that last instead of overpriced brand names. Number 4. Use the 48-hour rule for big purchases. One of the most effective ways to protect your finances from unnecessary losses is by practicing the 48-hour rule. Whenever you feel the urge to buy something expensive, wait at least 2 full days before making the purchase. This simple delay gives you time to step away from the emotional high of shopping and approach the decision with a clear mind. Impulse spending is often fueled by excitement, stress, or the pressure of a limited-time offer, but once the initial rush fades, you can see the purchase for what it really is, either a smart investment or a fleeting want. Those 48 hours create space for you to ask yourself key questions. Do I truly need this? Will it add value to my life long term? Is there a better use for this money? More often than not, you'll find the answer pointing you toward keeping your cash in your account, where it can work for you instead of disappearing into something you barely use. Take Mark, for example. One Saturday afternoon, he walked past a tech store and saw the latest high-end tablet on display. The salesperson raved about its new features, and within minutes, Mark was ready to swipe his card. But then he remembered his personal rule: wait 48 hours before any big purchase. By Monday evening, the excitement had faded, and he realized that his current tablet still worked perfectly for everything he needed. Instead of spending $900 impulsively, he kept the money in his investment account, where it could grow over time. Months later, that same $900 had already earned him extra returns, while the tablet he almost bought was now selling at a discount. Mark's patience not only saved him money, but also reinforced the discipline that keeps his finances strong. Lesson: if you want to buy something expensive, wait 48 hours before deciding. This helps you avoid impulse spending and gives you time to think if it's worth it. Number 5. Track and trim hidden expenses. One of the easiest ways to free up more money for saving and investing is to track and trim hidden expenses, the small, often overlooked charges that quietly drain your finances month after month. These can include unused subscriptions, automatic renewals you forgot about, bank fees, premium services you rarely use, or small daily habits like takeout coffee or food delivery that add up over time. The danger with hidden expenses is that they don't feel significant in the moment. A $10 subscription here, a $5 coffee there. These seem harmless individually, but combined over weeks, months, and years, they can amount to hundreds or even thousands of dollars that could have been redirected into building wealth. The first step is awareness. Track your spending for at least 1 month using a budgeting app, bank statement review, or even a simple spreadsheet. Once you identify recurring charges or habits that don't bring real value, cut them out or replace them with cheaper, equally effective alternatives. The money you free up should then be intentionally redirected into savings or investments, turning wasted spending into growing assets. Example: Emma decided to review her monthly expenses after realizing she was barely saving any money despite earning a decent salary. She discovered she was paying for 3 streaming services but only used one regularly. She also noticed a $25 monthly gym membership she hadn't used in 6 months, daily $6 coffee runs, and an app subscription she forgot to cancel. Altogether, these small charges added up to $180 per month. That's $2,160 per year. Instead of letting that money vanish, Emma canceled the unused services, made coffee at home most days, and funneled the extra $180 into an investment account. Over the next 10 years, with just an average return of 8%, that small change grew into more than $26,000. By tracking and trimming hidden expenses, Emma turned wasted money into a future safety net, all without working a single extra hour. Lesson: review your subscriptions, bank fees, and small daily habits, like coffee runs, that quietly drain your wallet. Redirect those savings into an investment account. And that wraps up our deep dive into 5 habits that make millionaires. Now, I can't promise these habits will make you a millionaire overnight, but they will definitely make you smarter with your money by tomorrow. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, and tell me which of these habits you'd actually enjoy trying, and which one you'd rather leave to the billionaires.